What's going on, everyone? It's Kyle from Clean Kitchen Nutrition. Today I'm going into Costco. I'm going to look at all the different types of snacks, show you which ingredients to avoid versus look for. Before I head in there, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this with anyone that you think would benefit from this information, and let's head into Costco. Let's take a look at something like Skinny Pop. We see right on the front, it says non-GMO, gluten-free, dairy-free, peanut-free, all of these things, but let's take a look at the ingredients and see if they're actually good. So we see 3 ingredients: popcorn, sunflower oil, and salt. I like that they're using minimal ingredients, but they're using sunflower oil, which is highly processed, highly refined, high in omega-6, and is going to have a negative effect on our health, especially if we're constantly consuming it. Additionally, they're using popcorn, and I believe it's non-GMO. Yes, it's non-GMO, but it's not organic, and we know that there's a big difference between non-GMO and organic. We ideally want to see organic, especially when we're buying things like corn, soy, and canola. Those are the top 3 GMO foods. I'm going to show you the organic version of this popcorn a little later in the video, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to go ahead and skip some of these types of items like Cheez-Its, Goldfish, Lay's potato chips, things like that. I'm obviously not going to approve of the ingredients, so let's move on to some of the other items here. This brand, Inyo Foods, Inyo, they have a lot of products at Costco. These Keto Crackers are relatively new, at least at my Costco. Good to see right on the front that this is USDA organic, and it looks like a nut and seed blend. So we have pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, almonds, hemp seeds, and it's great because it's all organic. The only thing that could cause people problems in here is erythritol. If you consume erythritol in large amounts, it can upset your stomach or maybe cause some headaches, nausea, things like that. But when it's consumed in small amounts, it's normally relatively safe and people do not have a problem with it. And the reason I like erythritol compared to a lot of other artificial sweeteners like sucralose, asulfate potassium is because the body actually doesn't break erythritol down. It doesn't get metabolized, so it basically just goes right through our system. And like I said, it can cause some of those digestive problems or nausea, but for the most part, it goes right through your body. The thing you should look out for is that it normally is derived from cornstarch. So you want to make sure it's either non-GMO or preferably organic. In this case, it is organic, and it only has 1 gram of sugar alcohol, which is relatively low and should not cause you any problems. They do add natural flavors in here, but it's the last ingredient, so it's not a huge amount. And also, all the other ingredients in here are great, so I'm gonna approve this item. Organic crispy coconut rolls. Let's take a look at these. Great to see the USDA organic label on there again. I love to see all of these organic products that Costco has. And relatively minimal ingredients: organic coconut milk, organic tapioca flour, organic sugar, coconut sugar, black sesame seeds, salt, and organic egg. A couple things here. One, they're using some sort of blend between organic sugar and coconut sugar. I wish I knew how much of the sugar was coming from each of those, but in the grand scheme of things, it's only 4 grams of added sugar per serving. Minimal ingredients. I'm gonna approve of this item. Let me know if you've had this. I actually haven't tried it, and I keep telling myself I'm gonna buy it, but I never end up doing it. Here's another product from Inyo Foods. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. Dark chocolate Keto Nuggets. I've definitely had these before. They taste amazing. But let's dive into these ingredients. Again, we see the USDA organic label, which is awesome. And the ingredients are honestly kind of similar to those Keto Crackers we were looking at. Nut and seed blend, unsweetened chocolate, a little bit of cane sugar, only 1 gram of added sugar per serving, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, erythritol, quinoa, inulin. The main reason they add inulin to foods is to boost the fiber content. Totally safe. It's a soluble plant fiber and it acts as a prebiotic. If you know anything about prebiotics and probiotics, prebiotics feed your beneficial gut bacteria while probiotics populate your beneficial gut bacteria. You find inulin, chicory root fiber, these types of things in a lot of keto and healthier processed foods nowadays. Inulin is naturally found in a lot of other foods like bananas, onions, garlic, asparagus, those kinds of things. It's definitely not something to be afraid of. Okay, so here is the organic popcorn from Skinny Pop, and let's see why this one is better than those individually packed popcorns. So one, we see on the front, it's USDA organic. So they're using organic popcorn, organic sunflower oil, and sea salt. So organic sunflower oil is actually a little bit better than conventional. One of the reasons is because it's higher in something called oleic acid, which is actually an omega-9 mono unsaturated fat. It's also found in things like olive oil and avocado oil and has a lot of health benefits. So if you're gonna buy popcorn from Costco, I would definitely recommend going for the organic because they use organic corn and organic sunflower oil, both much better than conventional. These no sugar keto cups, they used to have like a peanut butter and then a regular chocolate one, and I could have sworn the ingredients were perfect, but looking at these, I'm not exactly sure what flavors these were. I wanna say mint chocolate chip, caramel, and then some sort of hazelnut or something. But honestly, I didn't love these ingredients. They use things like palm kernel oil and palm oil, and it's good to see that it's sustainably sourced, but these oils are highly processed, highly refined, the same way that a lot of these other vegetable oils are processed. Now, palm oil and palm kernel oil is a saturated fat, so it's a little bit more stable in terms of oxidation. It doesn't oxidize as easily as something like canola or soybean oil. So I'd say it's a little bit better, but I would much rather see coconut oil, olive oil, or avocado oil instead. And as a side note, if you do see palm oil, the only good type of palm oil is red palm oil. We also see things like sunflower oil, natural caramel, and other natural flavors, so this is going to be something that I'm not going to recommend. Brookside dark chocolate. This looks like chocolate covered blueberries. Let's take a look and see how these are. I see acai and blueberry flavors on the front, so I'm gonna assume it has natural flavors right off the bat. So we see the first ingredient is dark chocolate and it has sugar. How many grams? 17 grams of added sugar. Honestly, I don't need to look any further than this. If it has more than 4 or 5 grams of added sugar, depending on what the added sugar is coming from, then I'm normally not going to approve. 17 grams of added sugar is way too much in my opinion. And what are the chances you're actually only eating one serving size? You're probably going to eat a couple, which can be upwards of 30 to 40 grams of added sugar in one sitting. I also see soy lecithin in here. It's not non-GMO or organic. And then obviously we're going to see natural flavors throughout the entire ingredient list. This is not going to be something I'm going to recommend. I also love that it says no artificial colors or flavors. I mean, yeah, they're right. There's no artificial colors, but no artificial flavors. If you know anything about natural flavors, you know that artificial flavors and natural flavors are pretty much the same thing. Bark Thins. I feel like these were the healthy chocolate back in the day. I definitely had these in college thinking they were perfect, but honestly, they're not that bad. If we look at these ingredients, there's really not a whole lot of them. Dark chocolate, sugar, cocoa butter, soy lecithin, pumpkin seeds, and sea salt, and that's it. Couple things, 10 grams of added sugar, that's a little bit much in my opinion, and they're also adding soy lecithin as an emulsifier. I'm not going to recommend this product, but when you compare it to something like those chocolate covered blueberries, these are a lot better. Not as good as the dark chocolate Keto Nuggets from Inyo Foods. I would go with these over the Bark Thins. Coconut almonds with dark chocolate. From the front, this looks like a great product, but this is why you have to turn it over and read those ingredients. Again, we're seeing things like palm kernel oil, 13 grams of added sugar. A little later on the ingredient list, we see canola oil, natural flavors. When all of these things start building on top of each other, that's when I normally say avoid this product. I quickly wanted to hit on beef jerky and just show you one brand I don't recommend and then one brand I do. So this brand, Pacific Gold, we see right on the front, it says no artificial ingredients, but this is why you turn it over. Sure, there's no artificial ingredients, but they're adding 6 grams of brown sugar per serving. We also see things like yeast extract, which is really just another name for something called MSG, or monosodium glutamate. We see canola oil and natural smoke flavoring, aka natural flavors. I find it very funny that they say real wood smoked when they're really just adding natural flavors and no preservatives or MSG, but yeast extract is actually pretty much the same thing as MSG or monosodium glutamate. It's gonna excite your taste buds and think that this food tastes better than it actually does. So with the combination of the added sugar, the yeast extract, the natural flavors, and the canola oil, you're just looking at a disaster for your overall health. These grass-fed beef sticks by Archer are a much better option. First of all, it's grass-fed beef, so it's gonna have a better fatty acid profile, higher in omega-3s and lower in omega-6s. And they're really just adding other types of seasonings in here, which is great. No added sugar, no MSG, no natural flavors, no canola oil. This is a much better option. Motts fruit snacks, something I had all the time growing up. And if we look on the front, they say no colors, no artificial flavors, made from real fruit and veggie juice. Let's take a look. The first few ingredients: corn syrup, sugar, modified cornstarch. 9 grams of added sugar per little pack. And we also see sunflower oil and natural flavors a little bit later on. They used to have these fruit layers and that's it bars at Costco, but I didn't see them when I was filming this. Let me know if your Costco has them. Mine had them for the longest time, but when I was there yesterday filming, they were all gone, which was kind of a bummer. Parm Crisps, I think, is normally a good brand, but when I see things like ranch flavored, I get a little bit skeptical. I'm not gonna approve of this. We see things like sunflower oil, grapeseed oil. Again, this all falls under the category of vegetable oils, highly processed. We see maltodextrin, which is actually one of the highest foods on the glycemic index. So this is gonna spike your blood sugar. We also see yeast extract, another way to excite your taste buds and think that this food tastes better than it actually does. Sugar, I don't know how many grams of added sugar it is. And then we also see natural flavors. So I'm not gonna approve of this. I do plan on covering all of the nuts and seeds at Costco in a separate video, but I just wanted to show you this one trail mix and show you why you should be careful of trail mix. If they add dried fruit into the trail mix, which in this case they're adding dried cranberries and mango, you have to be careful because a lot of the times they add these vegetable oils and added sugar. So in this case, the dried fruit and the almonds are all roasted in vegetable oils like sunflower and canola oil. So that's why I recommend buying all of your nuts and seeds separately and then combining them and making your own trail mix as opposed to buying a pre-made trail mix. That's gonna do it for today's video. I'm going to be doing a series of Costco videos covering all of the different categories of products: protein powders, protein bars, nuts and seeds, the freezer section, everything. So let me know, comment down below what type of video you want to see next. Do you want to see more Costco videos? Do you want to see videos from other stores? Let me know because I will do whatever you guys want to see. As always, I appreciate your support and for following. I will see you guys next time.